How to manage your lost career, how to negotiate for the best deal. Hello and welcome to part 5 of this 6-part e-course, How to Manage Your Lost Career, Coaching for Career Planning and Management. Hi, I'm Selina Stone, a Master Life Coach and Casting Director, here to guide you through this series. Now, you can download a written copy of this course at selinastone.com under the heading e-courses. Negotiation is an art. You need to go about it very carefully, otherwise you will end up spoiling all the goodwill and brownie points you gained for yourself over the interview. Unless there is a fixed package for the role in which you are applying, it is standard practice to discuss about your terms and conditions at the end of an interview. However, a lot of people feel uncomfortable to talk about money and what they want. This need not be the case. You can act in the situation by reading the orientation of the interviewer. If you can see that the company is keen, then you do have a considerable amount of power. Here are some tips and pointers on how to get what you think you are worth. Only ever talk about pay and conditions from a position of strength. You don't want to start negotiating over the package even before they are sure of hiring you. Keep your eyes and ears open and get into the act only when you feel that the company wants you and is interested in employing you. Putting that you want £20,000 and a car in your covering letter is not going to get you very far. Try to avoid talking about pay conditions until as late as possible. That means do not bring it up on your CV. Do not bring it up in your covering letter. Try to avoid it at your first interview. Try to leave it as late as possible until you are in the room with a decision maker who has the authority, and that's when you play your card. Do your homework and prepare beforehand. Just as you would prepare to answer interview questions, you need to do some pre-work in order to discuss your terms and conditions as well. Set a minimum worth for yourself and also an ideal maximum amount that you would be happy with. But the question is, how do you determine these figures? Ideally, you would have some sort of idea as to the salary range and benefits package before you applied for the job. Start by finding out the standard pay scale for the post you are applying for in the industry. Find out how good a paymaster the company is and the different kinds of incentives and perks that they provide to their employees. If the salary said circa is around £30,000 for example, you know that it needs to be around this figure. What happens is that this figure would probably be median point of a salary scale, so the range could go from £25,000 through to £35,000. Ask yourself, would I be happy with £25,000? And am I worth £35,000? Go in with a figure that serves your expertise and experience right. Now, how to respond to the salary question? The time has come. It is time to discuss your salary requirements. Don't outrightly go up and give out the figures you have in mind. Make sure what you are playing with before getting into the number game. Make the interviewer come out with its figure first if you can manage it. Here is a great response to the question. What are your salary requirements? Response. This is the first time we've mentioned money. Could you tell me what the salary range is for someone with my experience and qualifications? What you're doing here is trying to reveal the salary range what the company has to play with, so you can see if it fits your scheme of things and accordingly you can quote your figure. Now, your first objective is to get a salary range out on the table so that you can compare it to what you wanted. So it's now time for the poker face. When the salary range is revealed, it is very important that you do not show any emotion whatsoever. Whether you are delighted with the offer or not, maintain a poker face. Pay close attention to your body language signals. Don't look too happy or too disappointed. Maintain eye contact. Do not fidget or move your legs. Do not touch your face or hair. Just keep the exactly same posture and body position as you had before the salary range was revealed to you. Giving out subtle expressions at this stage is spoiling it all. So, what to do with the salary range? Now that the salary range has been revealed, you have a number of options. Let's assume that the salary range is 20,000 to 30,000 and you accept. You can say, the upper end of the salary range is what I had in mind. If you are happy with the range and it is what you want, then there's nothing stopping you from agreeing there and then to it. Bear in mind, however, that the range that the employer gives you is normally always open for negotiation at the top end. So don't succumb to it and try to get a higher figure. You never know. You could get it if you're a good catch for the company. Now, then we get the counter bid. Now, you could say, what I had in mind was £25,000 to £35,000. You would put this counter offer in if the salary that you wanted was £25,000 plus. You will need to go over your USPs again to remind the employer why you are worth that little bit extra and what you will bring to their company. Play it up with conviction for the desired impact. Now, let's say you were to sit on the fence. You can say, thanks for the figure. Can I have some time to think it over? This is a better option than rejecting the figures as in our last example. If the salary range is below what you expected it is, better to take some time out to think through what it means for you and your family, rather than express your dissatisfaction pronto. It will also give the employer time to weigh up whether they are running the risk of losing you at this stage. You never know, he might just up the range considering the chances. Then we could reject the salary range altogether. You can of course reject the range completely, but we do not recommend this. It is difficult to find a win-win situation for yourself and the company if you come out flat out with that you do not want this position because of the salary range alone. If all the other factors appealed to you and also the interviewer, maybe something could be worked out, so don't steer clear of the situation. It is better to take time out and sit on the fence for a couple of days. So let's look at the cost and the benefit. No one but you have to stand up for your talents, experiences and the skills that you bring to the role. You need to work out a cost. The effort you put in and benefit your gains before you seal the deal. It will not be enough just to say, I am worth 25 grand. Instead, you need to justify the reasons why you are worth what you say you are. For example, if you are vastly experienced in the subject and will not take long to hit the ground running, then explain this to your employer. If you can start to make an impact in month 2, for example, when there is a 6-month honeymoon period, you are giving the company 4 months of additional value than if they recruited someone else and they took 6 months to get up to speed. Let's look at the overall package. It is not just the salary you can negotiate on. There is a whole list of additional benefits that can come as part of the package. Now, these can include profit share, equity plans, non-contributory pension, holiday, healthcare, childcare, performance-related pay, gym membership, relocation allowance, sick pay, cars, expense accounts, maternity, paternity leave, paid for courses for higher education. If there is no movement in salary, for example, they might be willing to grant you an additional 5 days paid holiday, or they might be willing to pay for that degree that you have always wanted to take. Most companies have this, so give it your best shot. If you don't ask, you don't get. So how would you reply to the following responses when negotiating your salary? Now please refer to your worksheet and fill in the blanks. The interviewer response. Your requirements exceed the pay range for this role. Your response would be fill in the blanks. The interviewer response. We do not have the budget for what you are asking. Your response would be fill in the blanks. Interviewer response. Your qualifications and experience do not warrant 25 grand per annum. Your response would be fill in the blanks. Interviewer response. We cannot simply offer you any more than 22 grand. Your response would be fill in the blanks. Well, good luck and take your time over these questions, and once you've done the work asked of you today, then tune in to part 6, the last in this series. And remember, if at any time you wish to download this course so that you may fill in the questions on the worksheet, then please go to selinastone.com under the heading e-courses. As always, until next time, be lucky.